Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. This is going to be my May TBR and I cannot wait until you guys see how well I did clearing out my TBR cart. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going over all the books that I am hoping that I get to in the month of May. I am going to be incorporating 2 books from my fantasy bingo card so I can start getting through those. Also, I am including all the books that are left off of my TBR, which I am so happy for because I cannot wait to do a video where we are going to be going through my bookshelves and I'm going to show you the books that I'm going to pick to fill my cart up. I'm so excited. I hope I get to all of them because I not only crushed my April TBR, but I read more than what I had put on there. So it's been a while since that's happened. But before we get into what all books I am putting on my TBR, please remember to always like and subscribe. Go to my description box down below. You'll find my Pango Books account, my Patreon, my socials, my Bookish Box ambassador link, and so much more. And if you are wanting some bookish t-shirts, I highly suggest selecting my Bookish Box ambassador link because not only can you see some of the items that I have picked to showcase, you can shop their entire store. And this shirt right here, I've had for at least like 2 years and it's so wonderful. It says, "Without the dark we would never see the stars," and I love their shirts and sweatshirts and joggers, so go check all of that out. So let's get into picking it. There's 25 books. All of these right here is the short story collection, so it just counts as one. So I have my number generator. Let's generate our first number. It is number 9. I don't know if you can see that. So 8, 9. So first up is going to be The Last Luminian by S.G. Blaze. I will tell you what prompt that it fulfills whenever I get it read, but I am so excited. I've had this on my TBR for quite a while, so I can't wait to get into this book. All right, let's pick out the second and last one from this shelf. So we were on 9. Book 25. So, oh no. Well, I guess one chunker's gonna get down, and that is The Fangs of War by E.J. Doble. I know nothing about this. I just know that one of my lovely subscribers who is doing the fantasy bingo with me, who's been talking to me about her picks and everything over on Instagram, I said you could, buddy read this with me, so guess I'm going to be reaching out to her and seeing if she wants to go ahead and read this. I know that this fulfills the Eldritch Creatures prompt, so we're going to get into it. It is a big fantasy and I can't wait. All right, you guys, I have you in a whole new spot, but if you can see, my entire TBR cart is completely empty. I've brought all the books over here that is remaining on it, so I'm so excited. I am just so excited. Now, granted, I will have extra books that are not going to be on this TBR list because I know Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. Actually, let me go grab that. So I do know that Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton will be on my TBR list for May because this is book 1 of 2. That is my in-person book club pick, and this is the original cover, I believe, and it's my signed copy from Authors in the Bluegrass. Oh, she put it in blue. But yeah, I'm so excited. So I do know that one of the girls picked this, and I can't wait to get to it. And of course, every month we do like a wheel spin, so 2 people get to pick a book for the following month, and I was chosen for May out of that wheel spin. So I decided, let's kind of double do it, right? We are going to be picking a book off of my TBR cart to put for my in-person book club pick, and that is 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. I have heard that this book is going to shred my heart out. I'm ready. I'm here for it. I probably shouldn't be, but I have been looking for this for a while, and this was also it also was a gift from Cindy. So Cindy, I want to say thank you so much for like 6 months ago when you sent me this. I cannot wait to get to this finally. It's been on my cart since October, I think. Yep. So 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. And then the other one that is not currently on my TBR list, but I will be reading the arcs for them. Let me pull up a list so I can tell you which ones I'm going to try to fit in there. Which my arcs, if I don't get to them, I always try to read them like 2 months in advance. So if I don't get to them this month, I'll for sure get to them next month. So it's not a big deal for me. But I still like, you know, to get them done when I can. Okay, so the NetGalley app doesn't really tell me when the books come out, but I do know that I need to read My Heart Still Beats by Helen Hart, Be Spelled by Laura Thalassa. I do need to get to the last book in the, what is it called? Blood of a Fae series by Briar Bolin. I had a moment, which is Night of the Goddess, which I'm finishing up the 3rd book before the end of the month. And then I also need to read, actually, I think those are the only ones that are like pressing. So we'll see if I get to any of those. I'm pretty sure I will get to Night of the Goddess and I will get to Be Spelled, but I will see if I do make it to My Heart Still Beats. I don't know. We'll see. I need to go through and make a list of when the books come out and when I need to have them posted for review, so I know when I need to read them. But those are currently the arcs that I need to read. Will I get to them in May? Who knows? But I do need to get to that. All right, so let's move on to the books that were left on my TBR cart that I am hoping to get through in the month of May so I can refill that beautiful TBR cart and get rid of some books on my shelves currently. So the first book that is up is Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. I don't know much about this. I think it's more like a YA horror, gothic horror type book. I just know that I think she goes to the house. Does she have, yeah, she has like her academic rival there where she's trying to come figure something out and he's kind of like, it's not real or something. I think I'm probably getting this all wrong. But anyway, this is a beautiful edition from Illuma Crate, and I can't wait to get to this, see if that I like it. If not, I will be selling this book. But it is gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and I love how it has the slipcase that's all transparent. All right, the next one that is up should be a quick read, and that is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This is the first book, and I think it's a trilogy. I want to read it. If you watched my videos months ago, you know that a lot of things get compared to Howl's Moving Castle. Like, people are like, oh, Rhysand is like Howl from Howl's Moving Castle, or, you know, this random spicy fantasy romance is a middle grade book comparison. I don't know. We're gonna see. I know that the font is really huge. This is probably just going to be a book that I can read on a Saturday morning, not doing anything, and be done with it within an hour or two. But I can't wait to dive into it. And then I do want to watch the Studio Ghibli movie, I think is what it is, that came out back in like 2000 or 2002. But I want to at least read the first book before I do that. The next book is a pretty recent book that I was sent by the publisher. I didn't ask for it. It just came unsolicited, and apparently they know me very well. Let me see what publisher it is that sent it to me. If I can get to the page. Yeah, HarperCollins is the one that sent it to me, and they just know my taste because they sent it to me unsolicited, and they would just know that, hey, Jen over at Enchanted Rose Books is going to love this, so we're going to send it to her. And that is The Little Book of Aliens by Adam Frank. I know nothing about this. I think that I tried to read the back of it. It talks about UFOs, aliens, the Fermi Paradox, the James Webb Telescope, different things, but it does say at the very bottom, engaging, entertaining, and just good fun to read. The Little Book of Aliens shows us the precipice we stand on. We're about to go searching for our cosmic neighbors. What comes next? It's not very long. I mean, the writing is tiny, but it's not very long, so this is going to be another book that I could like kind of dive in and out of. I don't know if it's technically nonfiction, but I'm going to just go ahead and preemptively say that it's nonfiction. And whenever you read a nonfiction book, you can't just like sit down and binge it. You have to like kind of nibble away at it, so I'm probably going to be doing that throughout the whole month. And up next, we have Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I've never read by Sophie Lark. I know a lot of people have read this series, and they say that it's good. I know that it's dark, and it's like a dark contemporary mafia romance, I think. And I think each book in the series is like a standalone, but they're kind of interconnected. So I can't wait to dive into this and kind of see Sophie Lark's writing, see how well she does with story and character development. I don't really read mafia romance, and we're just going to see if the mafia romance does it for me. I've only read like maybe less than 5 books my entire life that are mafia books, so we're going to try it out and we're going to see. The next one I have heard is another gut-wrenching book, and I know that the second book, I think it's a duology, and I don't know if it was ever meant to be a duology, but I know that the second book just recently came out in the past couple months, and I did pick that up, but I haven't read the first one, so now is going to be the time. And that is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nallin. I, again, know nothing about this book. I think I bought it off of Book Outlet or something like that because it was really cheap or on a sale, and I've been looking at it for a while. I just know that it's about teenagers, I think in high school. I don't know if it's a romance. I don't know if it's just a coming of age story. I don't know if it's a tragic story. I guess we're going to find out. And then if I like it, then maybe next month I'll put the second book on my TBR and just kind of wrap up that story. So if not, I'll be getting rid of 2 books. The next one is a book that my husband picked up for me, and I'm trying to get through all the books that he's picked up for me. I think this is the last one that I have currently that I haven't read, and I really like to read the books he picks up for me because some are hits. I mean, books that I never would have picked up myself and I end up loving. And then there's other books that I've been desperate and waiting to get to, and he'll pick it up for me and I don't like it. So, you know, it's a hit or miss thing. So I really like whenever he does that because he'll always bring me sometimes books I'm looking forward to, and then other times books that I never would have picked up. So this one is Paper Princess by Erin Watt. I don't know how many books are in this series. I don't know if the series continues like with the same characters over multiple books or if they're standalones. I just know that it says These Royals Will Ruin You, and it's all about, it makes you think that it's about like royalty, but I don't think it is because I think their last name is Royal, and something about prep schools, so we're talking about academia here. I don't know if it's a dark romance, what it is, but we're gonna find out. Has anybody noticed that I have the same phrases with every book? I don't know what this is about, and we're gonna find out because that is what my TBR cart is. A lot of these books that I put on there originally were books that I picked up either secondhand at a, clearance sale, family members picked them up for me, like my husband or my sister-in-law, or they were sent to me by book boxes. So a lot of them are books that I never really would have picked up myself. So I was just trying to kind of get through them, see if I like them, which brings me to the next 2 books that are on my list, which are books that I got at Christmas from my sister-in-law. And I think they're horror books, which y'all know I don't read a whole lot of horror because I get scared very easily. So, my famous saying, we're going to see if I can get through these books. But they are by the same author, which is Darcy Coates. And the first book is The Caro Haunt. And then the next book is The Haunting of Ashburn House. And they are both by Darcy Coates. And I do know that my sister-in-law absolutely loves this author and loves these books. And I think even my brother-in-law, who she's married to, loves them as well. So, that's kind of a good thing. That gives me hope that maybe I will end up loving these. But again, my favorite saying, we're gonna see. All right, my second to last book on this list is Just My Type by Fallon Ballard. And I do think this was also sent to me from Rachel. So Rachel, thank you so much for sending me this book. I can't wait to get into it. It seems like a little fun rom-com. I, again, know nothing about it, but it does say all's fair in love and journalism. And I'm all here for that. It just gives me that, vibe of a cozy rom-com, feel-good book, and I think I'm gonna need it to break up what my whole TBR is gonna be like. And the final book that I am putting on my TBR, now granted, if I read everything and my arcs, I might add more, but the last book that I am putting on my TBR is This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi. I originally sold my Illumicrate edition of it, and I think I kept my Fairy Loot edition, and then I think I ended up just selling my Fairy Loot edition as well. And then I was told, you might end up really liking this. It's a fantasy romance, but it's kind of different. Now, granted, I've never read anything by Tahara Mafi. I want to get to her Shatter Me series because I know a lot of people love that. I've heard mixed reviews about this series, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. It just says Forbidden Romance steams up the pages, and it is Persian mythology inspired fantasy series opener in a luxurious saffron-scented world where devils whisper unwelcome prophecies and princes fall in love with iced-eyed jinn. So I'm pretty excited, especially whenever you throw in like Persian mythology. I'm all here for any type of mythology. So I can't wait. I cannot wait to get to this. All right, you guys, that is my completely overly ambitious TBR that I am going to be getting to, and I'm hoping, just root for me, you guys, root for me that I am going to get through this TBR, and we are going to have fun at the end of May picking out all the books that are going to go on my TBR cart. And whenever I say picking out all the books, I know that it's going to be me picking them out, but I want you to come along on the journey, and I look forward to your comments down below. Please make sure that you leave me a thumbs up emoji if you have made it this far to give me some good luck in May. And don't forget that my next video will be my April wrap up, and you're going to be blown away at all the books that I actually read. So stick around for that as well. Always make sure that you're subscribed and become a Patreon member so then you can pick our new book that we're going to be reading for the book club. And also you can tell me what to read. But I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye!